It's like when someone makes a comment or like a statement that kind of has a subtle way of revealing their prejudice. Like it's not something blatant in your face, racism or sexism, but you still know it's there.
A microaggression is any sort of verbal or physical thing done to someone that is based on like sort of like their ethnicity, their race, like their age, gender, any sort of thing that can make them feel different.
A microaggression is usually a subtle comment directed towards a group of people, and it can be offensive intentionally or unintentionally.
Certain people are like approached differently, especially like on the field or on the court or wherever you may be. Based on like what you look like, people are going to assume things about you before they even meet you or they even see you play.
One that I get a lot is like, oh, you're white, you must be good at shooting. And I am good at shooting, but I'm not like the white girl that knocks down threes. So that's one that I get a lot in my sport.
I think for athletics, a lot of times people assume that you're not very intelligent. Like, oh, if you got into a good school, oh, is it because you play a sport? Like you're not capable of your own work. And I think that as far as like being a woman who is an athlete, there's a lot of things that people say that kind of let you know that they don't respect girls in sports as much as men in sports, that they're less worthy and less impressive. I think that sometimes it makes it harder to do our jobs. Like if we're worried about other things, we know that people don't respect what we do or care about us, it kind of makes it harder to motivate yourself sometimes. So you really have to try to anchor yourself in something positive so you can keep going and waking up every day to do something difficult.
Microaggressions impact me mentally, mostly. They sort of distract me from being able to focus on just playing. And if I can't focus on just playing and then I can't communicate with my teammates, we're not really playing as a team, and that just sort of holds everyone back.
I think for me, it puts a little bit of pressure on me just thinking about like people assuming because I'm white, I need to be a good shooter and hit those shots. And so in the back of my mind, there may be like a little bit of pressure because of that. One that I get a lot off the court related to my major is because I play basketball. I'm an athlete and I chose comm because it's an easy major, and I chose it because it's truly the passion of mine. And but people disregard that sometimes, and they like to make light of the situation or joke about it, but sometimes it can come off as offensive.
A lot of microaggressions towards athletes sort of refer to the fact that we might have been recruited here for sports, but we've still had to earn a spot here through academics. And a lot of times people will look at me like I'm not capable of doing the schoolwork or the course load that everyone else does. And a lot of times I feel like maybe they're right sometimes, but at the end of the day, like I've earned the right to be here through academics too. So if they can do it, so can I.
I think that there's a lot of things about race that are said. Sometimes people are like, oh, well, to Black women especially, like if you're talking, passionately about something, it's, why are you so angry? You need to calm down. Or you're being intimidating, where someone who has a lighter skin tone wouldn't get that same response from what they have to say. And things like appearance, like, oh, is your hair done today? Like just because I have my natural curls out and people aren't used to seeing them, then it's, oh, you look unkempt, you look tired, like you weren't ready. Things like, oh, I didn't expect you to be in this class, like I didn't expect you to be succeeding here. Or other on the court things like, oh, you jump high and run fast? Oh, I guess it's because you're Black. Like, I heard Black people have an extra muscle in their leg that just makes them better at everything. So there's a lot of different examples that are unique to me and things that I may be guilty of too that I just don't fall into that category, so I'm not aware of it.
The easiest way to stop microaggressions is to get to know everyone on your team just getting to know where people are from, what their background is, like their life story is an easy way to understand what they're comfortable with, what they aren't comfortable with, and just understanding what to say and what not to say around them.
I think what we're doing now is just educating others around us and telling people what a microaggression is so that they can be more aware of the things that they say.
I think the first step is talking about it, because if you're not aware of the problem, then you can't ever solve the problem. So I think that we need to start by examining why things are what they are, and then taking a conscious effort to break down those behaviors.